AJ Brooks is my guest this week on the Turnbuckle Weekly. Her new book, Crazy Is My Superpower, comes out April 4th. Let's shift over to wrestling. Obviously, there are quite a few fans of AJ Lee that are going to be listening to this. And you overcame a lot of obstacles just to get to WWE. And now here we are, WrestleMania season, and it's what the majority of fans consider to be the most exciting time of the year. So walk me through your first WrestleMania as a performer and the feelings that you had leading up to that day. I know you were a fan growing up, so I would imagine quite a few jitters.
Oh, yeah. The really interesting thing about WrestleMania is that it is such a spectacle that you kind of can't absorb it when it's happening. And so it's this blur of a memory, and also because it was like, I think 10 seconds long or something, whatever it was. I think I was the manager at that time. It was like a 10-second long match, and there was just so many people, and all goes by in a blur. The matches I probably remember the least were my 4 WrestleManias. They just go by in panic.
Sure.
So it is, everyone waits for that moment, and then it just passes you by so fast. But I was really lucky. I think one of my WrestleManias, I was the only woman on the whole show in New Jersey, and I'm from New Jersey, so that was like really special.
Do you miss it now,
yeah,
leading
terrifying.
up to it? Do you miss it at all now?
The fear. I don't. I don't miss the fear. There are some of my friends that are kind of gearing up for it that are still there, and I'm excited for them. I would in no way want to be in their shoes right now. I'm excited for them, and I hope they have a great time. I was very lucky with getting 4 solid WrestleMania moments.
Sure. And since you've left, there's been really an increased emphasis put on women's wrestling there. It's been called a women's revolution, the Divas title. That's been stripped away. And although it officially happened after you left, it seems to me that you were a big part in getting female performers to where they are today. What's your take on the way that women's wrestling has shifted now in the mainstream, and they're basically on par with the guys now?
I mean, that makes my heart melt. That's all I ever wanted for the industry, while I was there, and for all the wonderful women who worked so hard after I was gone. And there's a lot of like really great girls there that I've been fortunate enough to work with or have their tryout matches, and I just want the best for them, and I'm so happy they're getting their time. That's all that we could ever hope for or fight for. So I'm so proud of them, and I hope that they're so happy, and I hope they're also getting paid as much as the guys. If they're being seen as just as important, I hope that they're also getting paid, because that's half the battle, honestly.
Hashtag need a union. Last. I'm just saying, look, my wife is very involved in SAG-AFTRA, and that's kind of carried over to me. So last question, because I know that our time here is limited. Never say never in the wrestling business, and I'm sure you get asked this all the time, so let me be the 1,000,001 person to ask you, will we ever see AJ Lee back in a wrestling ring?
Oh, my gosh. I'd like to the young people in my family who ask about that, and I'm like, AJ Lee died. I thought it really upset with people. But I never just because I've personally said never to things before and then done them. But I am so happy where I am right now, and I feel like I had such a pitch perfect career that I would be nervous about tarnishing that. I feel like it was kind of full circle and perfect for exactly what I wanted. But who knows?
All right, we could leave it at that. AJ Brooks, the new book, Crazy Is My Superpower, out April 4th. Listen, thank you so much. I could talk to you for days. There's so much I also want to ask you, but everybody go get this book, because it is a real page turner and an enlightening read. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.